A debit call from...
It's me for just a minute. I've been moved to Omaha.
An inmate at the Douglas County Jail. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hang up or press 1. To prevent calls from this facility, press 9. Hello. This call is from a corrections facility and is subject to monitoring, recording, and the location of your phone will be obtained. For more information about our privacy policy, please visit www.connectnetwork.com. After the beep, press 5 to accept this call. This call is from a corrections facility and is subject to monitoring, recording, and the location of your phone will be obtained. Stay on the line to accept this call. Thank you for using GTL.
I don't consent to the recording of this call. Any information?
There's documents that were sent by Dorothy that will be placed in the mail tomorrow. They're called the Chilcotin Briefs. I don't know what they are, but anyway, whatever they are, they're going to go out tomorrow. And I can't think of anything else, Mike. Oh, yeah, something about. I can't. I was gonna. You caught. My brain ain't working just right. But anyway, that's about it. That's your wife. Your wife said she ain't gonna be able to get you the affidavit in time, but I told you that already. So.
Is she gonna send it?
Yeah, I think she's gonna send it. She just said she ain't gonna be able to get it in time.
What? Just send it as soon as she can.
Okay.
If she can. Did the Chilcotin Nation send a notice of appointment to the Office of Protocol?
I don't have any knowledge of that. I guess you're saying this. I can make sure Dorothy hears this audio.
Yeah, I need to know for certain that they did or did not send it to the Office of Protocol.
Okay.
I was hoping that they would have sent a letter from Chief Stump, and along with that form that I'd sent them to the Office of Protocol, and I need to know that before I start sending stuff.
Okay, I'll make sure Dorothy hears that. So can you say that one more time to make sure it came through clear, because you kind of broke up? Something about employment?
Yeah, the notice of appointment. There is a form, a letter of credence that I had sent up there that they made a correction on because it wasn't complete. One of the sentences was missing in it, so I sent it back up there, and I needed to know that they corrected it and sent it to the Office of Protocol at the State Department, along with the notification that that form that I had completed that has all the information. It's a government form.
Okay, I'll make sure Dorothy hears this audio.
And I talked to a guy here today that has a relative. She's Chinese, and she is with the ruling party. She's related to them. He's her husband. He's on board with what we're doing, trying to help the natives up there develop their natural resources and take back their children, and build up their governing, control and everything. He's going to try to contact her. I need to know the name of the logging company, not the one in Tennessee, the buyer in Vancouver. I need to know the name of that buyer and his company so I can forward it to them, and if they can verify this is a legitimate deal coming for the Chinese government, they will intervene on our behalf.
Okay, I'll make sure. Yeah, I'll make sure.
If Dorothy can contact SH and find out, or if Stanley knows, Stanley met him. He's the buyer from Vancouver for that Chinese company, which is the Chinese government. They will intervene. Also, I'm looking through. I'm in the religious pod now. They call it the God mod, and lo and behold, I'm looking through their DVD collection. They've got 3 of a 4-part DVD series from none other than Dr. Dino, Ken Hovind.
Yeah, he seems to be kind of what's the word, prevalent all over the prison systems in America. I hear that same story quite often. One other thing I needed to tell you that I forgot, one of the letters that went out yesterday, not tomorrow, but yesterday, was about, there's a long letter from Frater, and you'll see it. I don't know if you want me to, it's very long. He goes on and on. I hate to mention this guy's name. He's so repulsive, but anyway, you'll see the letter when it arrives, I guess, probably Saturday or Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, he's twisted. He's some kind of low-grade lawyer type or wannabe lawyer type or something, but he's a professional lawyer. He is truly Satan's spawn because the guy deals in half-truths. He won't tell a complete truth. He deals in half-truths. So he's deceptive. He lets people see just a little bit of truth, but then the rest of it is BS. So that's why he will not get that audio of that hearing back in August 1 of last year where I asked him the questions, and he won't get that and present that where they clearly said, no, there was no order for me to appear. He won't do that. He won't go through and get the Covington Leader article where Laxton confessed and told, and it's in the paper, quote, he said, I shot into the uninhabited wooded area across the street at the Wolves, and I crossed the street to get a better shot. Admitting that he's the first aggressor shooting into our property at our animals. Well, he's also shooting at me and my wife. But irrespective of that, he's attacking us, and he seems to forget that part about the guy shooting 29 times at us, and he wants to try to twist it into claiming, these guys attacked us, and then they lie, and this moron's going to pick up the lie and run with it, whoever he is. I mean, I'm confident he's some kind of government operative paid. He's going to lie to the rest of the world, but nobody's going to go out of their way this much effort and this much concealment and lies and deception unless they are truly the spawn of Satan, or they are some kind of sick, demented individual, because he is a professional liar. Yeah. And for somebody to claim that all they've been doing is turning wrenches for 6 years, I'm not buying it. Yeah. I'm not buying it in the least.
Yeah, his hooking up with this Jacqueline Weaver lady is also incredibly suspicious. She's also put out a new article on Wally Drake. I haven't even bothered to read it, but the fact that she's even writing about Wally Drake, it's like, what is going through these people's mind? I just can't even imagine what motivates these people. They must be on some sort of payroll of, the SPLC or something.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's just a troll and low level. And anybody that does they rely on people to not do research. Anybody that does research will verify this. And see, you and I are kindred spirits. We're all about the truth. It doesn't matter what the truth is. We just want the truth, and we stand on the truth. Well, this guy, he pushes an agenda of government worship. He worships the government, a corporation posing as government. It's not even, he references himself as a taxpayer, subject citizen.
Yeah.
We the people. We're not subject to anybody because we're the creators, and he doesn't seem to want to grasp that. He wants to have everybody, take a knee and bow down and worship Caesar. Well, Caesar's dead, Rome fell. We had a Revolutionary War, we won, King George lost, and, just because of some European morons that have come over here and tried to reenact, king worship, they can take that back home wherever they came from, because it's not American, and it's not what Christ said, and it's not what God said. Go back to 1 Samuel chapter 8. Read it and think about it. Use your brain, folks. Yeah. I know y'all know.
Amen.
I wish he would wake up. I wish he would come out of his little delusional world, wake up and join the rest of us, stand with us on that wall, chipping away at this corrupt system so we can peacefully take back our country and live freely.
Yeah, amen to that. Amen to that. We did get a chance, too, to guest host Joyce Rowley, the Power Hour, and we did mention you, and we mentioned how you referred to her as Sister Tin Cats, and we talked about Mike from Tennessee, and we had encouraged people to go to MikeParsons.org. So I pray that people that hear that episode do indeed, check out your story. And I also offered how terrible the FBI is. I called for a dismantling of the FBI within the United States. I talked about how they entrapped your wife, and that that's what they do nowadays. Is they entrap innocent Americans all across this country.
Well, thank you for enlightening the people out there. They need to know this stuff, and I'm short on funds. I sent out about $20 worth of mail in the last couple of days and copies. You'll be getting something here in the next couple of days. And if if anybody can reach out to the Second Amendment Foundation to see if they've got their information, as well as U.S. Concealed Carry Association. I've also sent it to AWR Hawkins at Breitbart News, and also up north to Mr. Lamb as backup, just in case, because I don't know if my mail's getting out timely or if they're just sitting on it. But time is short. On the 6th of next month, they're trying to take me to trial, and I've got this guy that will not get off my case, and they came at me yesterday trying to get me to plead guilty, and said, well, we'll give you 3 years if you'll plead guilty, otherwise you're looking at 7 years. It's like, but I'm not guilty.
Wow.
And they can't wrap their mind around that.
Yeah.
It's all, let's make a deal. I said, I'm not here to engage in commerce. You're working for a corporation. You used to be a U.S. attorney and then a county attorney. You've got a conflict of interest, and I didn't consent to you assisting me, and you don't represent me. You never have. I've never consented to this. I said, all you do is ask me questions that a prosecutor would ask. It's as though he's trying to...
You have 60 seconds remaining.
He's trying to create a scenario by which they could charge me with something else, because he's asking me other questions that have nothing to do with this. And I said, all you got to do is get that audio, and you can prove that this is a setup. They claimed they didn't even have a warrant at this hearing. They said there was no warrant from January 12th for the FBI to arrest me. Boom, that takes away their ability to arrest me. It was a false arrest, and the whole thing is a fraud. It's a lie built upon a lie built upon a lie.
Hey, Quasi's trial starts Monday, and they set him up with some sort of violent act inside the prison, and they're trying to charge him with even more charges. So be careful that they don't try to set you up inside the prison, of you starting some sort of violent uprising or something.
No, I'm not violent.
Yeah, I know, but they could try to set you up. That's what they did to Quasi.
Well, they're professional liars, and that's what they do. I mean, that's what I'm being framed for now. I mean,
Thank you for using GTL.
All right, that's Mike Parsons. You can go to mikeparsons.org and read all about him. He's got his story, and there's so many injustices in his case, and the fact that a pack of devilish hyenas has risen up against him to write articles about him is proof that he must have been over the target. Also, what they did to his wife is unforgivable. And
didn't they not find the gun for like a month after they had the plane?
Yeah, they didn't find the gun for like a month after, even after they had the plane, which is evidence that they planted the gun. But I'll say this: what the people involved in sending Mike's wife to prison, there's an especially hot place in hell for you. Mike's wife does not deserve to be in prison, and when you went after the man's wife, you crossed the line. And there comes a time when the Lord even says, don't pray for these people, because they don't deserve your prayers. And going after a man's wife, I believe, falls in that category.
They've been given up to a reprobate.
Yeah, they've been given up to a reprobate mind.